Mystery Box Nick has sent me 5 packages, each with a cryptic clue on them. I'm Gary, welcome to my channel, and welcome to the next reveal video in Nick's Mystery Week. Before we look at today's package, why not take time to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell? It's free, it supports the channel, and it's a great way to be notified of all my future content. If you like the video, please remember to give it the imperial thumbs up on the like button below, because every like counts. Here we go then, with today's conundrum. Right, mystery box number 3, and a very short notice indeed. Is this fairy better? You decide. Well, better than what, I wonder? Is this fairy, presumably it's a fairy aviation aircraft, better than what? Well, only one way to find out, I guess, is to open up the packet. Being as gentle as we can, wherever we use the knife, of course. Yeah, whatever it is, we can now get hold of. And it is. There we go. Oh my goodness. This is interesting because I have the Airfix 1/72nd scale one of these on order, and I was going to do it as a BEA aircraft, which involves all the interior. So this is very timely indeed, I believe. Let's have a look at the kit and what's inside the box. So on the front of the box is the very pretty artwork here. I'm not sure why that's canted that way, and those are canted out. Obviously they should, well, they were, but then on the later ones they weren't. They were pretty much vertical, I thought. I don't know. We'll find out more as we go on. It could be a different design iteration that they've used for this than the FX one. And they're both probably different to the one that actually flew. Anyway, flying over an airport, presumably it's supposed to be either Heathrow or Paris or something like that. I don't know where it is. It's a classic kit, a limited edition of 7,500 pieces, which is quite cool. As I say, scale is 1/78, and the serial number is 00013. The kit is 22.8 centimeters long when complete and has a diameter of 36.4 centimeters. That will be the rotor blade. Okay, what have we got on here? On the back, on this side, sorry, we have 125 parts, and the paint callouts here. These are Revel numbers, of course, here. So white, blue, grey, silver, and beige. But I'm sure we'll do more than that. There was a few bits here, like it's an unassembled kit and they haven't got paint and all that included. Here's a little history about the aircraft, which is all very nice. And here is a description of what the classic range is all about. A limited, they're very much like a limited edition vintage classics from Airfix. So they're kits that are quite old, but they thought, why not reinvent them, bring them out again? And there's also a skill level here, pretty much. This is skill level 5, as it says here, this little thing here, and that means, according to them, difficult models with over 150 parts requiring a very high level of skill. I am absolutely honoured. Let's see what we get inside the box. So we have a lot of pieces here, all sorts of bits, some of which have fallen off the frames, but we'll be able to get them all together as long as they're all in one piece. We have, of course, the instructions, safety warnings. Do we have any deco? And we have a Deco Sheet as well. Okay, printed in Italy. Very nice. Let's have a look at all these bits in a bit more detail. So first of all, the plastic parts are in this bag. As I say, there are a lot of them. Oh, this is why it's classed as a Series 5 kit, I presume. As you can see, there are a lot of plastic parts on lots of frame. The sort of the frame discipline, if you like, of designers was somewhat more lax in older days. Everything's in a sort of silvery grey plastic, but most of the parts are individually numbered as well as numbered on the frame, so I'm sure we'll get by with the fact that some bits have fallen off here and there. But there's not really much point going through individual frames here because there are so many of them, I suspect. But let me see what we can find for you. Here's one half of the fuselage, obviously. Single piece moulding. Very nice looking thing as well. Lots of rivet details. Have a look at the detail of the plastic a bit later. But anyway, that's one of the frames we get. As I say, it's a bit difficult to pick out individual frames because there's so many bits and pieces. Here are the rotors. The tip jets are blanked off, so I might just drill out the tip jets, front and back, just to make them a bit more look like they're actually jets, I guess. But yeah, that's all very nice. There's bits of the, I guess that must be the interior of the fuselage. I don't know if this is the interior or whether you can make this with part of the. Oh, you can. You can make it with part of the structure missing. So you can have like the side panel here come off and see inside the model, and likewise up here you've got a section where you can look at the structure of the interior of the rotor mast here, which is very, very, very interesting. Also on the frame with the other part of the fuselage, of course, are all the seats. You get a full set of seats on this, which you don't. Of course, on the Airfix kit, you get. Oh, this must be the sealing area with all the wiring and cabling. There's bits and pieces of things keep falling off, but we'll just gather them all up. The weird stub wings here. That's the main floor area here. More parts of the wings. Bits and pieces, nose cone, the hub assembly, the door into the, or either into or out of the cabin, the cockpit area. And you get some. The other thing, the Airfix kit obviously doesn't have, as it doesn't have a passenger compartment per se, it doesn't have passengers. Although this is some sort of almost looks like naval chap putting some stuff onto the aircraft. I think these are people, passengers walking around and sitting down. Have a look at a bit closer up. Loads of flash on them, but then this is a 1961 mould, so it's not that surprising perhaps. Not brilliantly modelled, but good enough. I mean, you can see the ties on these chaps, for example. So yeah, I think that's going to be quite fun to do that. I will have a crack at doing those, putting them in, especially as we can open up half the aircraft. There's also over here the tailplane in essentially one piece. But here, these are the interior parts for the mast where the the rotor goes through there. And so there's like a thing in there you can make some sort of structure on the inside to make it look fantastic. I'm so tempted to do that, to be honest with you. I'm really, really tempted to have those panels open, or openable, let's say. I'll maybe make them so you can open them should you wish to show them off. I think that'd be really cool. I'm really impressed, to be honest. Really impressed. There's a frame of transparencies, of course. There's the actual cockpit window has come off this frame. That's not the end of the world because we've still got it. These are the bits of the nose. You can got a transparent nose when you're approaching in the hover and things like that. And of course, all the windows for the sides, all very nice. If we look at the actual quality of the plastic, it's not bad. It's a bit, there's some flow marks here. I don't know if that's from incorrect mixing. This sort of slightly dimpled thing, that sort of reflects the position of this cutout here. So it's kind of, I don't know if that's something to do with that. It's not mixing properly. It seems to just be a surface coloration. I can't see it's actually making any impact on the plastic itself. Likewise, these sort of wavy lines here, I can't remember what those are for. I don't think it's water content. I think it's a heat thing or a mixing. Maybe it's a mixing issue with the feedstock. I'm not sure. Maybe the dye's not mixing quite well enough. Something like that. I know some people who can tell me about things like that, but yeah, I'm not too worried about it. The surface is a little bit sort of crinkly, a little bit rough, not sort of bumpy, and not as sort of shiny and smooth as I imagine. The finish is smooth, but the actual molds aren't completely flat. The riveting's nice. It's, it's detailed enough. I think we'd be able to get plenty of detail out of that. Generally speaking, it's not too bad a mold. I mean, it's a 1961 tool, so what are you going to do, frankly? Ejector pin marks, well, there aren't any really, just a couple of them, and they're not in anywhere important. That one at the back I might have to sort of sand out. Actually, most of it comes off anyway, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's looking quite cool. I'm very impressed. Instructions are very straightforward. The reprise of the box art here, which is fine. Again, very, very brief history and very, very brief specifications on here. 2009 was when it was re-released, which is pretty cool. In here, read before you start in many, many, many languages about some basic instructions, some basic hints here about what to do. The symbols that are used and translated, again, in many, many languages. And then the colors used. All of the color references here are to Revell's own color family. There's a frame map. As you can see, there's quite a lot. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Loads of frames. Just loads of frames, especially when these bits actually are taken off the frame, and then, so they're actually standalone. So there's quite a lot of things. Passengers on here, and then the passenger bits sit on here. There's like several versions of each one. All the other seating goes in here. There's the front end of baggage store, passenger, crew, cabin crew, passengers walking on. Chap, sailor-like fellow taking something back into the cargo storage area at the back. It's all very impressive, actually. Rear opening doors, the clamshell doors open at the back, which is pretty cool. You have the air stairs, which can be opened with the ladder down as well. This is the interior of the rotor support here. Again, all of that you can have open, which is very impressive. Rest of the structure and the rotor blades. Yeah, it's all very good. And then colours as per the prototype aircraft. Again, I'll be doing a BEA aircraft, so I'll be doing my own colour scheme for this. So there you go, very basic looking instructions, very simple instructions, monochrome, but they look reasonably easy to follow. I'm sure we'll have fun with them. The Deco Sheet is essentially the one used for the prototype aircraft, probably the one that went to Farnborough and displayed there. Don't know if it went to Paris or not for the airshow. I can assume it has to have done, really. Printed in Italy for Revel, single colour, nothing too crazy about it. It's a 2009 reprint, so the quality is pretty good. I don't know if they have changed the decals in any way, redesigned them or anything like that, but they look sharp enough. Registration up here are the military XE521 of the prototype, obviously in civilian use, as this purports to be. They would have had civilian registrations, but yep, they look okay. Have a quick look at the sharpness. So these are blue overprinted on white, and the registration is very good, so you don't get any bleed of the white out the sides as you do on some decals we've seen recently. And this is where the side cheat line comes to a close. This is a 0.5mm pencil lead, and as you can see, it's really, really fine detail. It's gone down to a very, very fine. It looks grand. It looks perfectly sharp. I think it will be great if you're going to use these decals, which I'm not. There we go. What a great looking kit. I'm going to have a lot of fun putting that together. If you've liked this video, then please remember the thumbs up on the like button below. And please do take the time to subscribe and hit the bell. It doesn't cost you anything and it supports the channel. Thank you so very much for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Goodbye.